What is happening, guys? Welcome back to Chaos Theory. This is episode 6. I am your host, Kenneth Chaos Villalobos. My boy Ivan is feeling a little under the weather, so he had to sit this one out. Love you, brother. Hope you recover, and we'll catch you on the next one. We need to get started, guys, because this episode is going to be a banger of an episode. We have a guy here who has caused some shockwaves, okay, no pun intended, in the community since he emerged from the pandemic and became a powerhouse content creator for the Marvel 2 community. And he's none other than MvC2 Roundhouse. What is happening, brother?
Yo, what's up, bro? Glad to be here. Fan of the show. It's been entertaining. Every episode has been entertaining.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that, brother. We're doing our best. We're doing our best to give content to the community. There's a lot to talk about. I wanted to bring Roundhouse in here, especially right after Evo. I know that I had to bring Pasadena in here first. I did want to bring Roundhouse in here to go over a few topics. There's a lot of stuff that he wants to get off his chest, and I did want to get some feedback from him regarding a few topics. So let's kick this off, man. Talk to us about Evo. What happened at Evo 2022? I want to hear about your experience and everything that went down.
I didn't enjoy Evo.
Oh.
I thought Evo was pretty shitty. I actually predicted it was going to be shitty from the jump because the way it was, I don't know, the way it was ran, the setups, the equipment, the communication, the promotion of Evo and where everybody's going to be, like, it didn't sit right with me. And then, after it happened and, we got Thriller to stream some and, of course, Onikagi streamed his stream. But, I don't know. It didn't seem right to me. And,
Can we go into the specifics? Because you gave us a laundry list of things that you didn't like. What would you have made different?
What would I have made different? I would have... had better communication. I mean, if you had communication with the community and the players and what they want, what they like, how it's supposed to be ran, and if you listen to people, I think it would have been ran a whole... I mean, it did run well because a lot of people said it ran well, and I too would agree that it ran well. Pasadena said it ran well. You yourself said it ran well.
Yeah.
I mean, but the only reason it did run well is because of Coup Mighty. It was because of Rim Rattler. It was because of Eddie Dangerous. And it was because of a couple other people. Forgive me if I didn't drop your name. But
what did they do?
Well, each one actually helped him run a pool. Okay, so that's why it ran well, because those guys, they were in charge of a pool, even though sometimes... They might have done a good job running the pools because, they were soft-spoken or didn't know the players, or sometimes they're looking for people or didn't know how to pronounce someone's username and just looking around and just laughing. So
I see. So the fact that Onikage had a couple of people to help him out with the bracket, that made the difference, you think?
That made a difference for the tournament to run well and finish in time.
I see.
And to run well and finish in time doesn't mean it was a good tournament.
Yeah.
So running well and finishing time, if you have, we had what, 60, how many players?
We had about 80, 65.
65 players.
Yeah.
So we have 65 players, and you do the math. I did the math. Mike Infinite did the math. And there's no way we'll get 65 players done in that time slot that we had. The only reason why it ran efficiently and it finished in time is because we had hella DQs. Because a lot of these motherfuckers, when they lost their first round match, some people didn't even show up to their first round match.
Yep.
And if they did lose their first round match, they were gone. They're not sticking around waiting 3 or 4 hours to play their second round match just to get washed again, right?
Right.
I wouldn't either. If I had no chance of winning, I ain't wasting 3 or 4 hours hanging around waiting for these sorry ass motherfuckers to play so I could come in just to get my ass beat, I'd rather do something else.
Well, the last episode, I told Daryl that another thing that helped us out was the fact that we had ample setups.
Yeah, we had ample setups.
We had what, 8 monitors or something like that?
We had 6 monitors.
6 monitors?
And the thing was, 2 monitors was Thriller. So if Thriller didn't bring his 2 monitors, it would have ran a lot. Yeah, it would have been fucked.
I see. Okay.
But either way, even with those monitors had no fucking volume, and they were laggy.
That's true. Yeah, we did cover that. You can't please everybody. This is definitely a learning experience. I think that we can make some better choices the next year if this does happen again. I did hear that they kicked us off the main stage. This is new information to me. I did hear that they kicked us off the main stage for grand finals because they didn't like the negative feedback that we were providing about the whole situation.
Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck you. Fuck your negative feedback. Motherfuckers was talking about the MvC2 community is ungrateful. The MvC2 community is fucking crying. Whatever. Fuck you. Because that's some fucking bullshit. If you love this game, you would fight for it and you would, get it right. Because I don't like the way that shit was ran. I mean, Onikage did this shit. But then he said, I couldn't stream. He told me straight up, I couldn't stream.
Yeah, I remember that.
But from the jump, he said I could stream. And then, we had our little back and forth, and he was like, no, you can't stream.
Was there ever a specific reason given for that?
Space, equipment, resources. But I told him I was going to bring my own shit.
Yeah.
I could bring my own shit. I could bring a hotspot. I could do my own thing. I'll even stream from a fucking cell phone if it came down to it. But then all of a sudden, Thriller, all of a sudden, he got the green light to stream. So I don't know how that happened, but I don't know how you could. Shout out to Thriller. Thriller is my boy, but you can't go from one extreme to the other extreme because that's kind of. I didn't really like that.
What do you mean? From one extreme to another?
Well, not supporting evil, not participating in evil, not fucking with Onikage.
I see.
But all of a sudden, he's allowing you to stream.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, we suck in wee now.
Well, we've always universally agreed that the more exposure, the better as a community. So I didn't like that as well. I didn't like the fact that they didn't let you bring your setup, even though you said you were going to bring your own equipment and all that. I think it would have only helped. So I'm not with that party when it comes to that.
Yeah, I didn't really care because I did bring my equipment and I was thinking about streaming, but I was like, you know what? Nah, fuck this.
Well, we were all ready to bust out the cell phones and just record preppy style, and just upload raw footage. I mean, we were ready to do whatever it took.
They could have, bro. Look at this, bro. We had so many marquee matchups, so many high level matches that weren't recorded. How is me versus Crizzle in grand finals of our pool to make it to top 8 not streamed? And that was one of the hypest matches because everybody was behind our setup. Everybody was going crazy. Money was being, betted on like crazy. I was popping off. He was popping off. The crowd was talking shit against me.
Yeah.
But none of that was recorded.
Just to kind of give our fans a little bit of the backstory here. My boy Roundhouse here, he's a very polarizing. He has a very polarizing presence in the community. He started off in local competition, and he's evolved to become a name that's synonymous with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Everyone knows who he is. Everyone is either for him or against him, and whether you're for him or against him, you're involved when it comes to his matches. If he's playing somebody that's of a marquee name like Crizzle, Smooth Viper, Justin Wong, you're going to want to tune in because you know that there's going to be a lot of animated antics involved with him. We're going to learn a little bit more about him as the show goes on. So we talked about Evo, the tournament experience, what you liked, what you didn't like. Everyone wants to know about Amir. Okay, Amir, the powerhouse from the Philippines who came out, and you guys were going to throw down along with Andy Doom and even Neo, although that didn't happen. Is there anything that you want to get off your chest regarding the Amir money match? Because there was a lot of controversy surrounding that.
Definitely a lot of controversy.
Talk to us about it.
I didn't like the way it was handled. I mean, it was pretty shaky from the jump. Amir is my guy. George CYF is my guy. So I support both of them. Both of them are very good players. Both of them place top 8 in EVO as well as myself. Both of them support the community. They love the community. Those two specifically are big with the Filipino community too because they're the ones bankrolling their events. They're the ones making things happen. They're the ones, doing the stuff, like especially the Philippines Invitational that's going to happen next year. So I'm very grateful for Amir. I'm very grateful for George. But with that match, it was shaky from the jump, because when me and Amir was playing prior, like months and months and years ago online, he always said he wanted to play me for money. And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So we were supposed to play at Evo when he was supposed to come, but I was never on the card. When Thrilla did his little promotional flyer, I wasn't on the card. It was Andy MSP, it was Neo, and it was Andy Doom. Yeah. I was never on the card. And I asked him why. I was like, why am I not on the card? He was like, oh, no, I don't want to play you. I'd rather play Andy MSP, and Neo. Thinking he's going to beat Andy, or thinking he's going to beat Andy MSP for sure. So that's free money.
Wow.
And he could roll that to Andy and probably beat Andy. If he loses to Andy, he'll break even, and he'll just have a nice exhibition with Neo for first to 25 or whatever.
Right.
So I wasn't even in the picture. So, when this was promoted, I wasn't in the picture. Weeks, months, still wasn't in the picture. It was only a few days before the tournament.
Wow.
It was a few days before the tournament when Andy MSP dropped out. And I guess Amir got pissed because he thought Andy MSP was free money.
This is like some UFC shit. The
Yeah.
card gets shuffled around, and now you have a new opponent that you haven't even trained for.
Yeah. So I wasn't even training for him. He wasn't on my radar.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't back away from anybody, from any name, from any money match. I play everyone. So I was like, fuck it. Let's do it. Okay, so I am tentatively on the card a few days before the event.
Okay.
So I'm cool. All right. We got everything ironed out. I'm playing on a certain day, on a certain time. All right, cool. So I'm preparing for that shit.
But hang on, before we continue, when you say everything ironed out, okay, what did you think about these? For everybody listening at home, okay, sometimes when you have a money match or there's something on the line, certain players have certain conditions that want to have met, because that's just how this thing goes. Sometimes there's a compromise, sometimes there isn't, and a money match falls through. In this case, if I'm not mistaken, okay, you can clear this up now, Amir had conditions that he wanted to have met before this money match was going to happen.
Correct.
Can you speak on these conditions? And what did you think of them?
I didn't care about the conditions. I just wanted the match because I thought Amir was free money.
What were the conditions?
The conditions were, it had to be a first to 25. It had to be at their Airbnb, and I couldn't have anybody on my side there. I just had to show up. So there's going to be no crowd. I'm there solo. It's going to be a first to 25, and it has to be at their place. So
what did you think of this?
During the time, I don't care. Just get me on the card because I'm trying to take that money. I'm trying to have some fun.
I respect that.
Okay, so the greed in me took over, and I was like, fuck it, just get me on.
Okay.
And then because the fact that me and Amir has been talking, and then, I was off the card, and he was like, oh, bro, I can't really beat you. And I'm not sure if he's saying that to troll me or whatever. He said, nah, man, I can't beat you. And I was like, no, let's do the first to 10. He was like, no, first to 10 is way too short for that amount of money. I was like, let's do the first to 15. No, I can't beat you in the first to 15. Let's do first to 25. That's what he said. And I was like, man, I want to do first to 25. That's a fucking lot of games, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fucking lot of games. And he said, no, it's first to 25 or nothing. So if you want to play me, it's going to be first to 5. If you don't want to play me, that's fine. I'm not holding your arm or
first 25.
First to 25. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's do it, because I'm greedy.
Yeah.
That got me. And then I was preparing for it. I knew he played MSC, so I had you over, and I was playing against your MSC, and I was playing against other Magneto. So I was preparing for it. He didn't even use MSC against me.
He used a different team.
Yeah, he used a different
team. For those
team.
of you listening, MSC is Magneto Storm, Cyclops with the anti-air assist. He does the uppercut to kind of interrupt someone who's trying to rush you down and provide a lot of offense. I tried to emulate that as best as I could. At the end of the day, like you said, he didn't even pick that team. Yeah. That's what he considers his final form team that he hasn't had to showcase yet. I was surprised.
I don't know about that because I think you have a pretty damn good MSC, and when I played you, I beat you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, if I could beat Ken, and Ken has a way better Magneto than anybody playing the game right now, I think. So if I could beat Ken with MSC, there's no way Amir has beaten me. And I think, I'm not sure if Amir saw that, or I'm not sure if, the Filipino community saw that, or I'm not sure what happened. But after that, I get a text message from Justin Wong. I'm not sure if you know about this.
No, I don't.
But I got a text message from Justin Wong. And Justin Wong was like, yo, Roundhouse, Amir said he wanted to money match me. But if he money matches me, I'm going to be off the card. So I want to clear the air with you first. I mean, I don't want to take this money match and leave you in the dark because, he was looking out for me.
Yo, that's respect right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was respect. So immediately my heart sunk. I was like, oh, this motherfucker is going to drop me to get a high profile match with Justin and just leave me in the dark again. That's going to be twice. So like my emotions are kind of like fucked up right now too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and could it be because he watched the stream of me fucking up your MSC? Could that be it?
Oh, he was watching.
So he was going to drop me for Justin. And I was like, no, Justin, please. Don't take it. Let me money match him because, you already fucked me up. So, so do me a favor, say no, and then just let it ride.
Yeah.
So, and then it happened. So we had that money match at the Airbnb.
Not the best conditions to play under, in my opinion, but you did what you had to do to make the match happen.
Yeah.
He ended up taking it 25-17.
25 to like 18.
25 to 18. Okay.
Or some shit like that. But the thing is, I got to 15 first.
Yeah.
I got to 15 first, and I forced him to take a timeout.
That's right.
So I won the first two games. I popped off. I won the first two games. I popped off, but the pop off wasn't really great because there's no crowd.
There's no one there.
Yeah, there's no one in there. I'm just popping off, and it's kind of feeling awkward because George and Amir is there, and they're like, yo, this motherfucker's popping off in an empty room. So then I kind of cooled it down, and then, my gameplay was definitely different. Sometimes you thrive off the crowd. Sometimes
absolutely.
You hear people talking shit in the background, and, when shit like that happens, I thrive in those conditions. Like
I've noticed that. I've noticed that the heckling doesn't get to you at all, and that's something that I wish I could improve on because I feed off the energy. I feed off both positive and negative, and sometimes the negative energy kind of you can't help but feel a certain way. Well, I don't know. That's just me. But if there's one quality that I admire of you, it's that. It's the fact that you thrive under that negative energy because there's a lot of people that don't like the roundhouse train and they don't want to jump. They don't want to jump on board, and that's just how it is. But you do a really good job of keeping composed and landing your moves, and that's at the end of the day. If it gets you the win, then that's it, man. That's all there is to it. If Amir wanted to run it back with you, if he gave you the run back, would you this time want to set some conditions or do something different with this matchup?
There doesn't need to be any conditions. Just first to 15 with the crowd. I mean, how
with the crowd though? You want a crowd there?
Not. It doesn't have to be a big crowd. As long as there's some people there. I don't want a quote unquote library match. J-Tron called it a library match.
Yeah.
Because we was there, and then when Amir was playing at Evo during top 8, he played differently when the crowd was on his ass. When I was on his ass, when J-Tron was on his ass, when I was making my hand gestures, when I was yapping, when I was popping off, that was the main reason why he lost to Jay.
Yeah.
Because there was opportunities where he could have beat Jay and would have been top 3, possibly back to the grand finals if he would have beat you. So with those conditions, he played differently. Like, he was looking nervous. His hands was shaking.
Yeah.
Like
it's a different environment for sure. There was a quick spat that you had with George CYF during that match.
It's all love, though.
You love to see it, man. It's just there's nothing like being in the moment, and there's emotions are just flying high, and everyone's picking their. You got to pick a side, or you could be as neutral as you want. But at the end of the day, you want one of these guys to win. And like you said, it's all love at the end of the day.
It's all love.
Go ahead.
Me and George, we're cool as hell, and it's all love.
Love that guy, man.
We just did it for because he was popping off. He was doing some stupid hand gestures about like his hand was like this, and he was doing like a yapping motion because we were yapping, but when Amir won one game, we weren't yapping. So when Jay won the next game, I did the same yapping little gesture with my hand, and then George was looking stupid because he didn't know how to react to it. And then he was saying shit about like, well, we got your $5,000 and we got your money here in his little Louis Vuitton little backpack. But I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I got your money from Sue Mighty ×2 with more amount. Say something. And he couldn't say nothing. So
that's true,
so
that's true. Yeah.
You know, you could pop off, but I could pop off back.
Yeah. That's what I love about this game is that there's so many battles, but the war is never won, man. Yeah. It's always live to fight another day, and sometimes you got to hold the L, and as long as you have a good time, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with Evo. In the present day, okay, one of the hot topics that's going around is the current state of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 rankings. I went on record to say that no one from the East Coast is currently in the top 15.
Correct.
Would you agree with it? You agree with that?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you think that anybody over there gives you a problem right now?
No problem. Nobody from the East Coast giving me any problems.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It is what it is. I've been undefeated with those dudes. None of them could beat me. Mike Infinite cannot touch me. Chris Matrix cannot touch me. Josh 360 cannot see me. Josh Wigfall cannot see me. Whoever else is there, I think... Just Amazing. I think he's one of the up and comers that want to play me. I do want to play him. I heard he's really good. I heard his like, the East Coast abs.
Yep. But
that doesn't scare me. If he wants to run it, we could run it. But no one from the East Coast is scaring me. No one from the East Coast is in the top 15. I did money matches at Evo with Josh Wigfall. I won my money match with Josh Wigfall. I beat Mike Infinite. A money match with Mike Infinite, and one of those matches was a perfect. Now, perfecting someone with Sentinel, Storm, and Iron Man is pretty difficult.
That's no easy feat. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got him with a perfect, and I was fucking him up mid-match where I knew I was going to get a perfect because I got the Iron Man tag in. Mid-match, Crizzle was playing right next to me. Crizzle was playing Jay right next to me at the Salty Suite. And mid-match, during my Infinite, I said, Crizzle, stop what you're doing. Crizzle, stop what you're doing. Look at this. He stopped what he's doing. And I said, I'm going to get Mike Infinite with the P Dookie. And then Mike was like, no, you're not getting him. You're going to drop it. All of a sudden, boom, I hit him, finish him off. He thought he chipped me like one bit. He's like, no, you didn't get it perfect. Took some chip damage. Then they said perfect, and the whole Salty Suite was like, oh shit, he got him with the P Dookie. So Mike Infinite, he got the P Dookie, so I'm not even worried about Mike Infinite. He's not on my radar. I beat Josh 360 2 sets.
Yep.
Not Josh 360, there. Josh 60. He dropped 3 because he lost 300. So 360 minus 300 is Josh 60. So
before we continue, for those of you listening, Roundhouse, since he started streaming and since he started providing content, he's coined a fucking long list of what I call Roundhouse isms. A lot of catchphrases, a lot of terminology that you have to be there when it's history. Once he coins them, like P Dookie is one of the ones that he came up with. Well, you got streaky streaks, you got quit playing with me, you got what else?
Yeah, all types of shit, but
all kinds of stuff, man. And a lot of people utilize it to this day. It's almost like a pop culture resurgence for Marvel 2. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, even the nicknames. Like I shouldn't even have referred to him as Josh Wigfall. He should have been referred to as Washed Jigfall.
Yeah, I do remember
and
that.
Then J 360. It was 360, but now it's J60. Mike Infinite.
Wasn't it Mike?
Psych Infinite. Because people thought he was good, but Psych?
I thought it was
he ain't.
Mike Finite or Finite.
Could have been Mike Finite too, because yeah, Piss Matrix. I mean, the list goes on. Even like, people at third world mature, stuff like that. Bro, I've been going at it.
Okay, so going back to East Coast. Okay, so you said East Coast can't touch you right now. Sanford has been the talk recently. He's been trying to kind of move his way. I mean, nobody asked him to, but he's been trying to shovel his way back into the talks of being top 10 and stuff like that. Would you want to run a set with him in the future? Would you be down to?
I'm down to run a set with anyone.
Anyone, okay.
I'm down to run a set with anyone, but I don't think he wants to run a set with Pasadena. That's for damn sure. Because I think Pasadena.
I mean, it's because we already know what to expect. Is the complaints about Magneto? This is a fucking dead horse that we've been on. I think with you, there are a lot of matches that people still want to see, like the Just Amazing one against Sanford. I do want to see you play against Smooth Viper again, because I feel like he's gone through a kind of a resurgence over the past year or so, where he's been more active, and yes. I can see that he's improved in certain areas. He's kind of getting the old spark back. I'd want to see you guys go at it again.
Yeah.
And then only time will tell, when we'll run these matches. But I'm pretty sure that we can get that going.
I'm pretty sure something's going to happen. I think they're going to talk about bots 4 soon.
Okay.
I would love it. I would love to run it again with Smooth Diaper, because the last time we played, I think it was in Evo 2K19, where he came and he was popping off. He was popping off like crazy. He was doing a pre-match interview. He was talking shit during the match, all to end up getting fucked up by me and Rudy for no reason. Like,
for those of you listening, this is an infamous matchup, because everybody, if I recall correctly, everyone was talking smack behind you during that match against Smooth. And once you had that last win, you got up, and all you did was give him a DX crotch chop. You told him to suck it. I'm like, wow. The 2000s are alive and well. So going past the rankings, all right, we already know about these matchups that we want to see. Let's talk about you as a content creator, okay? Because the pandemic hit in 2020, and we stopped with the local sessions. We stopped with tournaments in general because of the pandemic. You started to provide more content on the social media level.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can kind of correct me if I'm wrong, but we started off with Facebook Live. You were playing on Xbox Live. You were playing on PSN, and you were streaming from your. All you had was the tripod, your cell phone, and you were aiming in at the screen. Sometimes the angle wasn't ideal. Sometimes the screen was a little glary.
Yeah.
But what made you made you want to start sharing content like this?
Well, what made me want to start?
Yeah.
I didn't want to actually create content. I didn't want to do a stream. I didn't want views or anything like that. The only main reason why I decided to record these matches and have it live is because we were playing money matches on stream. I mean, we were playing money matches online. So, when you play money matches online, there could be a dispute where it's my word against yours. This happened. I disconnected. No, you disconnected. This motherfucker done pulled the plug because he's getting his ass beat. Stuff like that, So there's times where there's been disputes when we run money matches online. So we're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to stream this shit. Everybody's going to see it. And, you see on my end, I'm not doing shit. Both of my hands are on the fucking joystick. I'm the one playing. I'm not pulling no fucking Ethernet cord out. I'm not powering down, the button or doing some stupid shit. So that was the only reason why I started going live on Facebook. And then it started picking up steam because, the way I play, people say I play Marvel and I press like a million buttons and like 3 moves come out. So people watch because of that. People watch because of my emotions. When
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the Roundhouse play style in a bit.
Yeah, I guess people it caught on and people liked it and people liked to watch it, and it was high level matches. So people were like, all right, I'm tuning in. Oh, Roundhouse went live. I'm gonna tune in. So I'm playing like Annie Doom. I'm playing World Machu. I'm playing IFC Zengi for money online. I'm playing you. I'm playing these high level matches that not people get to see, because when I run my matches, it's private matches. Like there's no lobby, no spectators. So if me and you are playing, no one's gonna know about these matches except for me and you.
You know what? That's a very good reason for you to. I never knew that was the reason why you started streaming, but it does make sense because when there's money involved, you want to make sure that box is checked where you have multiple people that saw the live stream or whatever the case is. That way, there's no dispute. Yeah. So that very smart, very smart.
Or someone didn't pay you, like, oh no, what match? The match didn't happen. I never played you, or we never said this amount or whatever. So the stream title, the amount,
here it is,
all that stuff. It's all documented.
Recorded on the LG chocolate.
Yeah,
and uploaded. So gradually, you started to realize that this was not just something fun to do, but you wanted to get into it because eventually you went from your Facebook Live uploads to your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
And then gradually you switched over to Twitch, which is, of course, for those of you listening, it's the ideal platform to stream gaming. Can you walk us through what it was as far as your research, the equipment that you bought? How time consuming was it for you to get everything set up? Because you have a pretty ridiculous setup when it comes to capturing audio, video, your cabinets that have been modded. I mean, walk us through that. What was it like, kind of getting everything ready to your liking, to your preferences?
Well, I didn't know anything about Twitch, so when I first started, Lockdown was the first person to say, "Hey, man, you should start streaming on Twitch." Lockdown, nice. He was definitely the first person to say I should be streaming on Twitch. I should be monetizing this.
Yeah, shout outs to Lock, man.
He said, "Man, I'm getting like over 100 views, over 150 views, almost 200 views on Facebook Live, not making no money on it." And mind you, it's not just Facebook Live in a public setting, it's a Facebook Live in a private group. So there's only, if you look at the Facebook group right now, there's only a handful of active people that just post.
That's true, yeah.
But when I go live, how come there's like 200 people watching live? And if I'm getting those many people watching live on Facebook Live in a private group, Lockdown said, imagine what you could do, in public.
In a public setting.
Yeah, on Twitch, in a bigger, platform.
And bro, I was there when you had barely launched your Twitch, and we were averaging about maybe 20 viewers, 25, and now you're hitting well over 100, 200 viewers on average, which is ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And it's only going to go up.
Yeah. I'm getting those numbers streaming bullshit, playing PSN games after work. But when I, host events and do stuff and have money matches, the Justin Wong money match, goddamn, that shit went 6,000 live viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That really blew up my channel. Shout outs to Justin for making that happen. And
we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about the Justin match. So Locke kind of helped you get everything going.
Locke said, "Here, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that."
That's what I was getting at. So you got everything set up. You made the switch over to Twitch. The quality is amazing. The sound is great. You have everything set up the way you wanted to. Yeah. And I think it's great that you can just come home, throw the game on, which is what you were going to do anyway, like you said. Yeah. You'd be running games anyway if you weren't doing this.
Yeah.
So what better way to run games than to stream it? Everyone's enjoying it. You're getting paid.
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit of change at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you can't beat that, I think.
Can't beat that.
Of course, everybody listening at home, I'm going to post up all of Roundhouse's links in the description. Make sure that you guys follow, like, subscribe. Can you let the fans know what can they expect when they tune into your streams?
You can expect a lot of shit talking, a lot of emotions, a lot of hell no's and fuck yes, and that's some bullshit. And stuff happens when you drop stuff, and you get mad, you smack the joystick and say some stupid shit. There's sound bites. I have sound bites, so when I hit somebody with the unibeam, kill somebody with a unibeam chip, I have the unibeam sound bite. When I win a money match set, the PayPal sound bite's gonna pop off. When I cross somebody up with a smooth combo, smoother than Airbrush King's brain, I do the combo. I mean, not the combo, the crossed up sound bite. So you can expect a lot of things. It's a very enjoyable stream. You can make some money off of it because there's side bets like crazy. Every night I stream, no matter what match, no matter who's a sorry dude playing, there's gonna be bets going on. So you can make some money off that. There's some jokes. You could always catch Airbrush King's antics, acting stupid. People, roasting people for no reason. I'm roasting, the stream chat, and it's just fun times.
It's a good time. So it's safe to say viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. Viewer discretion is definitely advised. I'm not for everybody, but people hate me. Some people like me, but everybody watches.
That's true.
Yeah, because I monitor it. I see who's watching. I know who hates me, but they be watching.
Very true. Very true. I did want to kind of take a step back. We kind of did things out of order for this episode. I know that you've been in the game for a long time, yes, in terms of just fighting games in general. Yeah. You went to Cal State Long Beach, right? Mm-hmm. You started in the student union area there playing games. Yeah. I always knew you as an OG head from Regency. Yeah. Okay. And from what I understand, it's because you lived close by. That was your spot, right?
Yeah.
Did you go anywhere else? Did you ever go to FFA in the early days? Golfland?
Not in the early days. In the early days, it was just what I know and what I'm local to. So what I'm local to, which was Regency, I lived down the street. And then what I know, which is Nickel, because I used to play at Nickel. I think it was in OC, Huntington Beach or some shit like that. There was like this new arcade, and all these games cost a nickel. Well, not a nickel. Like sometimes just 3 nickels to play or whatever bullshit it was. But it was like during that time period, it was unheard of because nickel, you playing arcade games for a nickel, like. You could be there all day and play all the games. And back then, I didn't really care. Back then, I was more concerned about Guitar Heroes. I was more concerned about Time Crisis.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about NFL Blitz. I was more concerned about those games because those games cost more money to play. Like Time Crisis costs 75 cents or $1 some places.
Dude, in some places it still costs that much.
Exactly.
Expensive ass game.
So when you go there, you play those games. But that was when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 dropped. When Marvel vs. Capcom 2 dropped, the first time I ever laid eyes on Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the day it launched and the day they plugged it in at Nickel.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I was like, God damn, this game looks fucking legit. I saw it. I was like, yo, it got cable in it. God damn. It got all the Shotos in it. It got like all these characters. Like, damn, this is a pretty crazy game.
You knew it was going to be crazy.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be crazy.
So... Okay, when I started going to Regency, it was like 2008 or so. I remember seeing you there. You were still rocking the team that you have now, which is Storm, Sentinel, Iron Man, right? That never changed, did it? Did you ever use any other teams?
Storm, Sentinel, Cable for the anti-air.
Cable, okay. Yeah. Your low-tier team, Iron Man, Guile, Ken?
Iron Man, Guile, and Ken, yeah.
With the Tatsu assist, right? Okay. Yeah. So you've always just maintained the same flow, right? Kind of like me. Like I've always used MSS, right? It's only until recently that I've used like Matrix. What happened during the 2008? Like that's when I saw you, and then something happened where you kind of hit another level. Was it just all the L's that you were taking, all the games that you were playing with people? Because eventually you got to a point where certain players couldn't touch you anymore. You were kind of moving into the upper echelon of the tier list. So as far as like West Coast goes, or Marvel in general, do you think that it was online or what happened?
I think it wasn't really online. I think I've always been good. I think when I went to Regency, I don't think anybody was really messing with me. But I didn't really go that often. But when I did go, I was getting W's.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm not undefeated, or I'm not gonna go on like I did go on a few 20-game streaks because Regency, if you go on a 20-game streak, you get a free soda. So I got a few free sodas in my time at Regency. So I'm eating my streaky streaks on, but I've always been good. But people haven't been talking about me because I really went. And when I went, it was for a few games, and then I was gone.
Yeah, I remember you'd bounce after a little while. Do you miss it at all, Regency?
No, not really. Not really.
We're kind of past that phase already.
I'm kind of past that phase. I think the online is where it's at, where, you know, we can stay home in your Fruit of the Looms and play online and shit. Of course, you know, DC is good now, but back then I didn't know about DC. Back then I didn't have no idea about DC. I had no idea about going to different arcades. I had no idea about Evo. I had no idea about anything. I just came to Regency because I live close by. It was a convenience thing. Like, I ain't had shit to do. I go down there, get a slice of pizza at Pino's Pizza, go to the arcade, see who's there, put a cord in, fuck somebody up, and leave.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. I was good. I knew I was good, but I didn't care to be like top player or going to tournament. Like, I didn't even know about tournaments. So that was the thing. I just showed up and left. People didn't even know me. You know,
that was my next question. Is it no clicks or anything like that? It was just, hey, what's up?
Yeah, it was me solo. I just went there when I went there, and I left when I left. Went to class, come back, you know, play, and the same people were there. I'm like, yo, this can't be real life, bro. I was here earlier today, and you here again, and I had a whole slate of classes. I came back, and you still here. I'm like, have you been here this entire time?
That's the grind, man.
And the other dude, like, see some other people in the background sleeping, like on by the machines, plugging their fucking cell phones, charging their phones, like they're like living at the arcade. I'm like, yo, man, this can't be real life.
Unfortunately, it is, bro. And of course, I remember you saying that there were people that like at Cal State Long Beach, like people play that didn't even go to the school.
Yeah, didn't even go to school, bro. Like, I was good. I was playing at Cal State Long Beach, so I was beating people and stuff, and then I thought these people went to my school. But, you know, I go to class, come back, motherfucker's still there. I go to eat, come back, motherfucker's still there. And, you know, I do my thing. Yo. One of the guys was a short term, Jason. He didn't even go to Cal State Long Beach. I'm like, he was like, no, I don't go to school here. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? So,
just playing some Marvel, man.
I had no idea people were traveling to different arcades to test their might, to test their skills, to get a better understanding of other players, other play styles, because they're preparing for Evo or they're preparing for whatever tournament. But there was a lot of good players, but I wasn't there. I didn't know about SureYukin.com. I didn't know about SRK. I don't know about, you know, going to people's houses. Like, I wouldn't go to nobody's house. Like, back then I was like, I ain't trying to go to your house, bro. I'm trying to go out. I'm trying to go, you know, to the movies, go party, go to the bar, go drink, go to, you know, I'm trying to do stuff, socialize, and, you know, have a good time. Right. I ain't trying to go to someone's house and play a fucking video game, bro. Like, I'd rather go to the arcade and play you. I ain't trying to go to your fucking house. So you were an
OG head that played the game when it came out, but you were a late bloomer when it came to the community.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was an 09er, bro. 09er. I created my SRK account in 09. The only reason why I knew about SRK was fucking online XBL PSN. Because when I was on XBL and PSN, when it released, I waited, like, it was like a countdown of when it was gonna, you know, be available to purchase, and it was late night, bro. So I bought that shit when it first came out, when it, you know, it just released, and I was playing that shit online. So it was getting games in all night to the next morning, to, you know, the next day, the next day. Yeah. It was addicting, and I was on top of the leaderboards, and my message has been blowing up. Like, who the fuck are you? Yeah. Who are you? Who are you? What arcade you play at? What arcade you represent? Blah blah blah. Who you play with?
You know, that's one of the things about online is the gamer tags didn't really reveal much about the person, because there are a lot of people that like to be incognito and kind of hide their. Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, Cosmic Methods or MvC2 Reaper, not to mention any names. But yeah, if you got your ass whooped, like it happened to me, like I'd get my ass whooped and I'd be like, who the hell is this guy? Yeah. What the hell? Perfect Licious or like Nismore? Like when Nismore popped out, like, I don't know who the hell he was. Finesse, remember Finesse was what the fuck was it? Finesse,
I forgot his name.
Special Kill.
Special Kill. That's right.
Special Kill. Yeah, nobody knew who he was, and then once word got out, it said, "Oh, okay, well that makes sense." Yeah. But yeah, online, I think it helped you out a lot, especially being able to get games in from home and playing a variety of people without having to leave your home. Obviously, it goes without saying. That kind of helped you out.
I was fucking up everybody online. Like, everybody I played, I was fucking them up. I was on the top of the leaderboards. I was like killing everybody online. We're to the point where people wanted to fight me. People wanted
wow.
to, that shit doesn't work offline. Come see me on this arcade at this time. I'll fuck you up and blah, blah, blah.
Really?
I'm like, oh, bro, relax.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was fucking everybody up. And then once they told me about SRK, and I just logged on and made an account. Then I see like the Xbox Live Good Games thread. I see like regional matchmaking. Like, yo, I was all in there talking shit, and I was doing all sorts of shit. That's how all these money matches happen, because of me talking shit and me fucking up people online. People got in their feelings, and they're like, "The shit doesn't work online. It's just fucking random as fuck. You can't see me." And then money match happens. I win. Same shit. Rinse and repeat. 20 years down the line, I'm still doing the same shit. Is it really random? I'm still doing the same shit. Am I fucking sorry?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
And just a side note, on the SRK forum, there was a thread in there called the Xbox Live Good Games thread, and all it was just a bunch of circle jerking. People would go in there and say, "Hey, good games to so and so, so and so." There was also an Xbox Live Bad Games thread. I don't know if you knew that.
I knew that, but the Bad Games thread was actually the Good Games thread too. So it wasn't really. It was called the Good Games thread, but it was people were just trashing people, because I remember me and Nismore was on there. Yeah. Me and Nismore, we got along because we were shaking up the online community. Me and Golden Nismore, we definitely shook up the online community, and we were just trolling the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, getting under everybody's skin. The patented Roundhouse play style. Okay, this is definitely a hot topic when it comes to you, because to money match you or to play alongside against you, I feel no one can prepare for that. Yeah, because nobody plays like you. Okay, now a lot of people would say, and I was one of those people, was that your play style is very unorganized. It's very unorganized would be derogatory. Unorthodox is a little bit better term to describe it. You don't follow the norm of Marvel 2 the way that it's generally played. You like to cut against the grain and do things that a traditional player would not. Yeah. The issue that I think people have is that even though you have a play style that doesn't conform to everyone else, you still produce wins and you still end up at the top of the rankings. And I think that's what kind of grinds everybody's gears, man, because they see the way that you play and it's like, that shouldn't work, man. Or how am I getting hit by that? And it's all very, very it's all very straightforward what you're doing. Even though it's unorthodox, you're not hitting anybody with anything special. It's an overhead. It's a roundhouse. It's the same DHC. It's
a 3-hit combo.
It's a 3-hit combo, yeah. And you're beating people this way. Like somebody like me who loses to that, and I'm doing fucking 60-hit reflies, and I'm doing. It does make me feel a certain way when I lose, and I'm like, God damn it, dude! I can't believe I'm losing to a 3-hit combo. But at the end of the day, it works, and that's all that matters. How do you even go about a 20 plus Marvel 2 career, 20 plus year Marvel 2 career, and you have no desire to learn how to refly, how to do air to ground, how to do the corn go infinite with Storm? You have no desire to learn any of this stuff?
I have some desire, but I don't have the time. Because, when I come home from work, 10-hour a day, stream some games, some money matches, and I don't really hit training mode on DC. I don't really hit training mode on. You know what? It took me a long time to learn the Storm Infinite on Sentinel. Like there was a long time where I didn't do it. I didn't know how to do it, and I couldn't figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I remember I learned it at Regency, where Black Juan was like, yo, you need to learn that shit. Because there's a few times where I was beating the shit out of everybody, and then there's openings where I had him in a Storm Infinite, but I didn't do it because I didn't know how to do it.
You didn't know how to do it, right.
So he pulled me off to the side cabinet. He was like, put your quarter in. Put a quarter in, and then I was like, all right. He picked Sentinel. And then he was like, do this. And I'm learning it. And I'm like, dude, this shit's costing a lot, bro, because you can only pick Sentinel once. And if Sentinel dies, then this tutorial is over. You got to put another fucking 50 cents in or another quarter in.
It's true, yeah.
So I was like, fuck, man, I'm not trying to learn this shit. And then I gave it up. And it wasn't until I went to his house. I went to his house in Compton, and then we were playing games on DC. And then that's when I actually learned it. He was like, you have to do this and then do this, and you have to roll the direction when you're doing it, and you have to go back up, and so he taught me that shit.
The benefits of having the console at home, either PS3, Xbox, or preferably Dreamcast, right?
Yeah.
But you can't put a price on that, man. Training mode does help, especially. I mean, you had to learn how to do the Iron Man's Unfly Infinite somehow, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you did it on arcade or if you practiced at home, but you had to learn it somehow.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's very costly to do your training mode at the arcade at fucking 50 cents a pop or whatever the case is. Yeah, shout outs to Black Juan. That guy makes the best grits and oxtail I've ever had. So shout outs to that guy. So like I said, the play style, it's you cut against the grain. You don't do you don't follow the traditional formula. But at the end of the day, it still gets you the wins, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
it may not be the most popular. People may not agree with it, but they cannot deny that it produces results. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. When you were making a name for yourself online, people started to realize who you were. This guy Roundhouse is kind of shaking stuff up. Did you have anybody that was gunning for you? Did you have any initial rivalries, any first to tens? Anything that popped off in like the 2009, 2010 era?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people, like people from other arcades wanting me to go over there, like jamming his ex. Like, I don't even know this dude.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know this dude. And he hits me up talking about first to 10 for 100. And I'm like, all right, bro, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what team you play. Run it. Because, you know, people always say, like, that shit doesn't work offline. The show only works online, and I suck, and blah blah. It's just random shit. So I play him first to 10 money match at Regency. Score was 10-0. Me.
Oh shit.
How the fuck you gonna call somebody out, trash me, saying all this stuff, quote unquote threaten me with a money match? Don't threaten me with a money match because I'll take it, and you lose 10-0. And on top of that, he didn't even have the money on him.
Oh.
On top of that, he only had $50 on him, because he thought he was going to win. So he had $50 on him, and he was like, after the match, he was like, yo, here's 50. I'll come give you 50 later. I'm like, what you mean later? And he's like, oh, well, I'll have it with me. I'll come back. I'll drive back. I'll do something. Because back then, there was no Venmo
PayPal.
or stuff like that. So
right.
I was like, I cut that as a loss because I didn't really care, and money wasn't an issue with me. So I was like, I'll take 50. Wow. But I didn't say I'll take 50. I was like, I took the 50, and then whatever happened, he did pay me like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later. He came back to Regency. He actually messaged me. He came back to Regency. He was like, I'll be at Regency on this day. I paid other 50, and he came.
Man of his word.
Yeah, he paid me, and he left. He didn't play any games. So
good.
Yeah.
The flack that you were getting online with people saying, hey, that shit only works online, come see me offline, it's almost like an extra lifeline for people to hold on to. You know, it's like, all right, I lost, whatever. As long as you can tell yourself and convince yourself, hey, you know what? That shit wouldn't happen on Dreamcast or arcade. It's kind of like, all right, I get a second crack at this guy. You know what I mean? And people still do that to this day. What you have to realize is and we were talking about this earlier, is the kind of fight stick that you're using, the board, even the buttons or the JLF, it all makes a difference in how you perform online. A lot of these fight boards have input latency, right?
Yeah.
Some are better than others. So if you don't have the equipment that's right for your console, you're going to have issues and you're not going to perform. It doesn't matter if you play online or offline. If you don't have the right equipment, you're going to get fucked either way. And that falls on nobody but yourself. So take the time. There's a lot of research that you can do for everyone listening at home. If you do have a fight stick or whatever the case is, do your research. Look at what your inventory is and what you have. There's always improvements that can be made in terms of quality, I think. If you invest, like Roundhouse did, get your equipment right, get your results. Okay. Yeah.
So what people don't know is I use the same stick for every time I play. I don't have 4 different sticks or 3 different sticks for each system. I use the same stick. And there's an arcade 1-up actually control panel, and I converted that to an actual fight stick. So I have a little box for it. Take the panel off of my arcade 1-up. When I play online, I use the arcade 1-up. So I want to use that same stick, the same joystick, the same buttons, the same configuration, the same spacing, and I put it on to my box. That's my fight stick, and I bring it to go as modular. So there's the same stick I play online, is the same stick I use for Dreamcast, is the same stick I use for everything else. So I think that makes a big difference, because some people have a stick on PS3 and it's only Japanese layout, but when I play on DC, it's American layout, and the stick is different and the feel is different. So I wanted to
muscle memory is a real thing.
Muscle memory.
Yeah. So Jaminus was an initial rival. You took care of that, no sweat. 2011 and 2012, was there anybody on your radar that you needed to take out? Did you go hands on with anybody?
I don't remember. It's kind of fuzzy to me, like with the dates. I don't remember, because I've been fucking so many people up and every year.
Shit.
Like I don't remember who I beat, but I beaten probably everybody.
It's a little hazy, man. Like 2010
hazy.
with it being the last year at Evo and all that, and then everybody kind of switching over to online. It's a little hazy. What I remember is Evo 2014. That's what I remember the most. My memory, like with our interactions and everything starting. Evo 2014 was when you took over as the tournament organizer. Okay, yeah. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? I mean, you were the one that was running the bracket. You had Charlie Goblin. Shout out to Charlie Goblin. He was kind of helping you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through that? How did you go about becoming an organizer, and where did this experience come from? Because you did a fucking good job of running the bracket.
It was actually me, Charlie Goblin, VDO, and I think another person, but I can't remember. But it's part of Team Admin, because we have a Team Admin group that runs the Facebook group, and we're the ones that we do the tournaments and want to be the TOs and make sure everything's organized. So 2014 was the year that I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, because I'm tired of this motherfucking go for broke Alejandro ass dude showing up to the venue fucking 5 hours late, talking about I overslept or I'm drunk, or carting his equipment in and relying on this dude to make sure the tournament goes. And the tournament supposed to start at 1 p.m. It's barely getting set up like at 5 p.m. Like, yo, shit's not supposed to happen. So I remember that Evo, Nick guy was there and Lockdown was there, and I was like, yo, man, what the fuck? All this shit's unorganized, Like, we need to get this shit, organize and make sure everything's running like in a tight ship. So the next year I decided to be the TO, and I actually did a damn good job of it. And then I did the TOs for the next Evo was after that.
Dude, well, the Evo 2014 bracket, I remember everything was handwritten.
Yeah,
you guys were writing everything out, and we had like 50 people or something.
Yeah, maybe more. Yeah, maybe more.
Everything was handwritten. Just so you guys know, everything was handwritten. They had a big long like white sheet of poster board or something like that, and you had to do all of these names. You had to shuffle them like yourself, and plus you had to do a loser's bracket and kind of put everybody in the right place. Dude, that's a lot of work, man. And I think we only had maybe 3 or 4 setups.
Yeah,
that year, dude, we knocked everything out smooth like butter.
Yeah,
and that's what a lot of people don't know, is that being a TO can be a very thankless job. We do this, the TOs like Roundhouse, they do this for the love of the game. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, and recognition does need to be given for that. So much appreciated for that, brother.
So the 2009 Evo, I want to talk about that too, because that was the first Evo. I was on PS3 and Xbox. I mean, it was on PSN.
2010 was the PSN one.
Oh yeah, 2010 was the PSN one. So the 2010 one was one I want to talk about, because that was my first Evo.
Okay.
And that was my first Evo, and I'm this online dude that's been causing havoc.
Yeah.
So, people were thinking who's gonna make out of each pool, and I guess there was like, I don't know how many pools there were, but people were looking at people's names, right? So I was in the first pool. I was in pool 1. And then everybody was like, oh shit, Jay Wong and Yipes are in pool 1. So that's going to be them too. Everybody else doesn't matter. And then pool 2 is blah, blah, blah. Pool 3 is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm in pool 1. What the fuck are you talking about? Obviously, you don't know about the dude named Roundhouse, because I'm going to fuck all these dudes up. I don't care who Yipes is. I don't even know who Yipes was at the time. Like, honestly, I don't know who Yipes was at the time.
Really?
I know who Justin was at the time, But prior, I didn't even know who Justin was either because I wasn't into the tournament scene. I wasn't into the FGC. I was just I come to the arcade, play my games, and leave. Come to the arcade, play my games, leave when I have free time. But West Coast Warzone was when I met Justin. Justin actually used my stick to win like a couple of the West Coast Warzones.
I remember that.
Yeah, he used my stick, and then because I was always in top 8, and he was in top 8, and he always made it further than me. He used my stick, and he actually won a tournament with that. But that 2010 Evo, I almost made it out of pools. I made it to the very end, and it was either me or Jay Wong. And then I had the lead like crazy, and then everybody behind me was like, "Oh shit, Justin's about to lose." And I remember Fnatic was behind me. I was like, "Oh, this is done. He got this."
Yeah.
And then I was kind of complacent, and then Melvin was behind me, and he was like,
"Oh man."
He said something, and then I was playing weird, and then he made a crazy comeback, and I ended up losing. But I was top 16 though. I wasn't top 8. I was top 16.
Right on.
So
well, better to lose to him than to lose to somebody random.
And I actually beat Yipes one game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I should have beat him the second game too, because it was 2 out of 3.
It was 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I should have beat him the second game.
Man.
And
it could have gone your way.
And Preppy was there, and Preppy was the only one who knew, and the only one who could attest it that Roundhouse should have made it out of pools that year, because I had Yipes. Psylocke was coming in for the unblockable, and I missed it.
Oh, shit.
And it was done.
It would have made all the difference.
Yeah. But it is what it is. I was okay with top 16. I didn't care about top 8. I didn't even know what top 8 was. I don't know top 8 was going on a stage or whatever. But I was happy that I made it that far, that I fucking threw everybody off the top ropes to make it, all the way to where I was. So
it's no easy feat, man, especially with all the names that were present there. I think Rob, right? Rob got top 8.
Yeah, Rob got top 8.
Which was really good. Shout outs to Rob for placing that high. Can we talk about Ruben? 2016. Ruben. Actually, you know what? No, before we get into that, 2015 happened, and we did the East Coast versus West Coast 2-on-2.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, you got to play Desmond that year.
No. Desmond got to play me.
Oh, Desmond got to play you. Okay.
Desmond got to play me.
Okay, sorry.
Because he wasn't on my radar.
Okay.
But I guess he was feeling some type of way. He thought he could beat me. Well, whatever reason why him and Chris Matrix thought he could beat me, I don't know why. But he got to play me, and he got handled.
There's a saying that I tell people, and that's everyone loses to you the first time around, because there's no way to prepare. There's no way that you know what to expect when playing Roundhouse, because you're going to get hit from every single angle in the book. And I remember Desmond got blown up that year, right? On 2015. Did you get any props at all for that?
No props. No props at all.
Fluke?
Yeah.
They thought it was a fluke.
They thought it was a fluke. They thought, yeah. No props.
Okay.
Still, I still don't get props. One bots 3 still don't get props. Do all this, still don't get props. Placed 5th at Evo this year, top 8, still don't get props.
You can't argue with results. I mean, as long you know what it is, we all know what it is. You can't argue with results. Okay, you went from not knowing who Yipes was in 2010 to taking out a very notable name in Desmond in 2015. I mean, at this point, you're already one of the top players in West Coast. 2016 came around, and you and Ruben went at it. How did that money match come around?
I don't know. Ruben, dude, I've been fucking up Ruben since the beginning of time. So ever since I met this crusty dude, I've been fucking him up all day, every day. Like I'm talking about all day, every day, where they're asking me to come there. Like I actually went to Ruben's house.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I went to Ruben's house, and I fucked him up. Like Mike Khaos was there, and like I was just playing those two the entire night, and they couldn't beat me, and we just kept playing, run the shit back, and I'm just fucking them up. So Ruben was just getting fucked up by me all the time. And then I guess he was prepping for a money match, and he wanted to play me, or something happened. I don't know. I think Ruben is like a clout chaser, because every time like my name comes up, he always has something to say. Or every time he pops out of his fucking gopher hole, like first thing that comes out of his mouth is Roundhouse. So I don't know what it is with that guy. I don't know what kind of infatuation he has with me, but he uses my name to, be, to be recognized.
Can I tell you what I remember from Evo 2016? That's when you guys had the money match, right?
Yeah.
I remember that you guys were going back and forth arguing about where this money match was going to take place because you wanted to run it there with everybody present. The setups were already there. The sticks, you guys have your sticks. Like, let's knock it out now.
Yeah.
And Ruben was very adamant about running the money match at the Salty Suite.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him saying, no, the money matches are always at the Salty Suite. We're going to end up playing there. I didn't see what the difference was. Ruben was already kind of shitting on me because I had lost to Wong, and he still wouldn't let that go and tell me all that and whatnot. But I wanted to see you take him down. Him and I didn't have the best relationship at the time either, and you didn't get the win, obviously, right? He ran Blackheart, Cable, and I don't know what else.
Well, the thing was, it was supposed to be a first to 10.
Okay. And
I was fucking him up, and I got to 10 first, but he wanted a first to 15. So it's always this extension shit.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I kid you not. He refused to play me unless it was a first to 15, and it was whatever it was. It was like first to 15. I was like, I'm just like, I'm seeing free money because I've been owning this dude since the beginning of time, and then we go play, I'm whooping his ass, and then I get to 10 first, and then whatever happens, like he actually picked like Cable, and I was having a hard time with his Cable. I think he uses, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he uses one button dash.
I can't confirm. I just know that he plays pad. He might. He might. It's never been confirmed, but who knows?
I don't know either, but I have a high suspicion he uses one button dash because he was just doing his Cable supers like
one button. I see.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
It's a little side note about the Evo 2016. The grand finals video with me versus Abs, where I beat him. Immediately after I beat him, I get up and I start clapping because Ruben was behind me, and every time Abs would get a win, Ruben would just be clapping like a fucking walrus. And then so I won, and then I started clapping too, and then you pop up and you're going like this. You're motioning like, hey, like cough it up, and so you see me reach for my wallet and I pull out 100 and I gave it to you. So people in the comments are like, wait. Like, what's happening here? Like,
wait,
what's happening here?
What was it 100 for?
It's because I side bet on you against Ruben, so I was giving you my piece.
Okay.
But the people in the comments are confused as fuck. Like, wait a minute, Chaos won. Why is he paying Roundhouse? Just context is everything.
Yeah.
But since that money match, Ruben still hasn't ran it back with you.
Nah.
We're going on past 6 years.
He doesn't want it. I'm sure he doesn't want it, and his excuse is he's retired or he needs to practice and blah blah blah, whatever it is. But Ruben's not on my wavelength right now. Like back then, he wasn't on it either, but he just was.
He had a good day.
He had a good day.
Yeah.
And I got the 10 first, and then the extension of the set, and kind of like, the set's going longer than it's supposed to. It kind of fucked with me. And then with the drama before too, he wanted to play it at a different place. He wanted to play it at a different time, so I had to wait this whole time. Because I wanted to play before the tournament. I'm like, let's play before the tournament. Ain't nobody's going to stay till after the tournament to watch us play.
Right.
Like, everybody's here. We have a crowd. Let's pop this off before the tournament starts. Kick it off, But this motherfucker's like, no. So we have to wait till the tournament takes forever. I'm not going to wait fucking 5-6 hours for the tournament to finish. And then, like, everybody's exhausted.
Yeah.
So it was that type of deal. So,
bro, it takes a lot out of you, man. Yeah. Even if you're just standing around waiting, it's a long process.
Yeah, but he did beat me. He was the better man that day. He got lucky, but he doesn't want to see me anytime soon, anytime now, anytime in the future because that's free money.
Yeah. Hopefully, Ruben, if you're listening, bro, dust off that knockoff Dreamcast controller pad that you have, and let's get this thing going, okay?
On top of that, anybody from HMC that wants some too, holla at your boy. Because from what I'm hearing these days is I'm disrespecting HMC. I don't know what HMC is. I think it's Higher Magneto Crew.
That's what it is, yeah.
But, I beat Sue Mighty. I beat some other people. I beat Reset. So whoever else that's from HMC, holla at your boy. We could get it popping. I think
here's a
is Fnatic on HMC?
I don't
Because
think so.
I would love to play him too.
No, he's not.
Even if it's not, I'll still love to play him too.
Here's what HMC really stands for. Okay, back in the day when I knew about HMC, it was Higher Magneto Crew. So I started a Higher Sentinel Crew. I don't know if you remember that. I was HSC, so it was Higher Sentinel Crew, and I thought it was all about having a character that was on a higher level playing field. No, it's just the fact that all these guys smoked weed. So Sumighty, Reset, Ace,
yeah,
they were all part of that.
Yeah.
Taiji, yeah, they were all part of that just because they like to smoke. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing else to it. But I would like to see you run it back with Reset. You know, that's probably got to be eating away at his soul right now that he lost to you recently. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, I didn't upload it yet, but speaking of that, I'll upload the me versus Reset set first to 10 money match on my YouTube because I need to upload some more stuff to YouTube. Hopefully, you guys subscribe to my YouTube too because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm stuck at like 870, bro. So hook me up, help me out. I need like 130 subscribers. It's free to subscribe. I'm gonna pump out some more content for you guys.
We'll get you there, brother. Everybody that's listening, once again, the link is in the description. Click that link, subscribe, and get that shit popping. Can we talk about Smooth Viper? Smooth Viper was another high profile money match that we had back in 2018, I believe.
2019. Yeah.
Okay.
It was the last Evo before. It was the last Evo before the pandemic. It was the last Evo period. It was fresh off his Bots 2 win. So they had Bots 2, the East Coast version.
Battle of the Strongest.
Battle of the Strongest 2. Smooth Viper was the winner of that.
Okay.
So
for those of you listening, that tournament was like a round robin free for all battle between all of the East Coast talent, and Smooth Viper was the one who won that tournament. After that, how did it come around with you guys playing?
I don't know. I think just because I've been talking so much shit against the East Coast, and I've been fucking up people from the East Coast. I beat Desmond. I'm not sure if I beat. I'm not sure if it was before or after Josh Wigfall. But me and Josh Wigfall, we had a big money match too in Atlantic City. I'm not sure, but either way, it was me. I was making noise against the East Coast, and East Coast trying to shut me up. So
it was a lot of noise, man, and everybody knew that Duck, and Pasadena were the ones that were like on top of the heap, and you were the next logical person for them to go after. They thought, okay, this is the guy that's making the most noise. He's going to be easy pickings.
Especially the dude that doesn't know how to refly and not do any special combos or don't know how to, have any, advanced tactics. This is the dude to steal on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But and that's a very good. It was very good for me because my play style and what I can't do is what caused people to challenge me and to money match me because they're like, there's no way I'm losing to this.
Yeah, exactly. They think that just because you can't do Iron Man air to ground or you can't do a refly, that it's going to be easy pickings. And the track record shows that it's the exact opposite.
I couldn't even do a fast fly back then. In 2019, I couldn't do a fast fly.
Can you do one now?
I could do one now.
Oh, shit.
Not consistently.
Oh.
Not consistently and not with an assist. But I could do it sometimes for no reason.
Hey, 22 years later, bro, baby steps, man. We'll get there, okay? The Smooth Viper match I remember it was hype as fuck.
Yeah, everybody was there.
Everybody had something to say, whether you were going for Smooth Viper or whether or not they were going for you. Everybody was putting their voice out there. And Smooth Viper ended up losing to Random Rudy also that year.
Yeah.
Random Rudy's like
he's like the dirt underneath your shoe when you walk on a rainy day.
I wasn't going to say that. But he's another guy that has a very unorthodox play style, but he uses MSP.
Yeah.
So it's almost like blasphemy that you can play. Like with your team, it's okay. You're all over the place. You're zoning and all that. But to play MSP and you don't know how to... He didn't know how to ROM Infinite. He didn't know how to do 5 fears. And it's kind of like, dude, what are you doing picking this team? But he ended up beating a lot of people. He ended up being Smooth Viper also. Mm-hmm. So it's not about
It's not about skill set. It's not about your abilities to do combos. It's about strategy. It's definitely about strategy and having a game plan and carrying that game plan out, and to have, what you're good at, and keep doing that. What Rudy's good at is good at hard knockdown and making you guess.
Mix up, yeah.
Yeah. So
he turns the match into a 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, so that works out for him. Can we talk about Bots 3?
Oh, we could talk about Bots 3. Bots 3 might be a long story.
This is going to take up some time because now you're going into enemy territory.
Yes.
Okay, you're the East Coast is holding Battle of the Strongest Part 3, and this time they're including West Coast players to come along and test our might and see kind of who's the best. Myself and Duck, we were excluded from this. They made it very clear that we were barred from entering, so we didn't participate. And I think that was good because it gave everybody else the time to shine.
Yeah.
How did this invite come about, and how did you feel about the inclusion in this, being included in this event?
Well, I thought it was a good event. I liked that I was invited. I think I was invited because I was making the most noise at the time. Because I think back then I was doing the Facebook streams and I was active in the community. I was streaming on my matches. I was getting a lot of views and like doing money matches. So like I was like the talk of MvC2, like who's Roundhouse gonna play, who's gonna play.
Well, what's the date on this? Bots 3 took place when?
2019. Yeah, 2019.
Okay, so pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic, right before the pandemic.
Okay.
It was 2019. Oh, and it was after I beat Josh Wigfall. So me and Josh Wigfall played Battle for the East in Atlantic City for 10K. So I went over there, and everybody thought Josh Wigfall was gonna just fuck me up.
Yeah.
And then for 10K, and I went over there and I beat him. And then not just that, I beat, Mike Infinite, of course. I beat Mike Infinite, I beat Matrix, I beat all those dudes. So same story, nothing's changed. I'm still beating on these dudes. And then I think because of that, I beat Josh Wigfall. And I was talking so much shit that they needed to invite me.
Remember.
Like they needed to invite me because they need to teach me a lesson. They're like, that Josh Wigfall money match, you got lucky. You can't be talking all this shit because we're gonna shut your shit up, because once we beat you, you can't say shit. And it was apparent when they were doing intros. When they were doing intros for Bots 3, people weren't even introducing themselves. They're introducing how they're going to fuck me up. Like Josh 360. He wasn't introducing himself like, oh, I'm Josh 360, but I want Roundhouse first round. Now I'm going to fuck him up first round. Like, they're including my name in their intro because that's how much I'm in their...
They were excited.
Yeah. They wanted to get me. Like, they needed to get me, but they still couldn't get me.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the format was first to 5?
First to 5.
First to 5, and everybody had to play everyone. So how many heads were there? Was it 8 of you guys?
11, I want to say. I think it was supposed to be 10, and Potter got added on, or someone got added on. Either Potter or Bill got added on last minute to make it 11. I think. I'm not sure. You may want to look back, but it's either 10 or 11.
Okay.
Everybody had to play everybody, so there was no ducking anybody. Because, the tournament format and, the rankings is a hot topic, because some people like to go by tournament wins only, tournament places only. But
oh, for sure.
But tournament doesn't tell you the whole story, because if you get shitted on in a horrible pool, or if something happens and you get upset at one game, like that doesn't mean that the other person's better than you. So tournament matches is a lot of discrepancies there. But if you're playing a round robin format where you're playing everybody and everybody's playing everybody, and who got the best overall record, that means that's the best overall player. Because just because someone owns me, one person owns me, but I own everybody else, I'm the better player than everybody else, because you guys, are losing to each other. So
I think it was a good format, even though it took a lot of time. It took a long ass time for you guys to finish this thing.
Oh, I already knew. I was prepared. That's how I knew I was gonna win. I knew I was gonna win because I was talking so much shit. I knew I was gonna win because I put the odds out before the event even started. I had Vegas betting odds on who was gonna win, and I was on top. And then there's a few other people. And then I said I was going to win. Prior to me going, I said I was going to win. prior to me going, I made nicknames for everybody, saying that they suck. And when I got there, I knew I was gonna win because I knew nobody from the East Coast was beating me. So that's gonna be a guaranteed 6 wins. Okay, then I'm gonna have to handle the West Coast.
Were you worried about any West Coast players out there?
I was worried about
because you had Potter, you had Servbot,
Bill Wellman,
Lockdown.
That's it, right?
Pasadena declined to go over there. He didn't want to participate.
So I was worried about Lockdown, and I was worried about Potter. Those are the only 2 people I was worried about.
Yeah, definitely no easy feat.
Yeah,
those guys are really good.
But then I happened to beat Lockdown, and I lost to Potter. I think I should have won that game because I had the lead on a few games, and then because he has an elite Cable, and everybody knows that I have a tough time against Cable, because I'm assist happy, like my team's assist happy. So when the Cable comes in, I can't help but call my assist, and the motherfucker get blazed up, and then I'm done. So I end up losing to Potter and I end up losing to Servbot, but those were only my 2 losses. So I ended up winning it. Mike Infinite made it to the very end. So it was me and Mike Infinite to whoever won was the champion. But how often does that work out where the last 2 people is the grand finals? Let me ask you that. How often does a round robin works out where it happens to be the last 2 people to play is going to be the champion? Not often.
We don't really get to see this. I don't think we've seen that format ever since.
Okay.
Like with East Coast and West Coast, and both in the same room and kind of duking it out.
I think there were some shenanigans. People know there were shenanigans. Some people actually left because of the shenanigans.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was apparent, diving. So there's some diving.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they won't admit it, and they never said it. I know it. Other people know it. And yeah, some people actually left. It was like, nah. And then the way they ran it, and the way it went to the very end, and then they're like, conveniently, me and Mike was at the end to play for all the marbles. So
all the marbles. Yeah. But you ended up getting the win.
Yeah, I ended up getting the win because I wasn't Mike. He was no threat to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, even though they did what they did, and I had to play Mike in grand final at the very end to see who wins, the best overall record to win bots 3. I wasn't worried about it anyways. You guys could do whatever you guys want because I'm handling him anyways. If G-Con beats Mike Infinite, I win. G-Con loses to Mike Infinite, he gets to move forward and have a chance to bring a title home for the East Coast. But like I said, it was only that way. It didn't work out that way.
What was the energy in the room like after that last win? And you realized that you were the bots 3 winner. Did you get any props? Did they get any handshakes?
The only person that gave me handshakes was Blue Jay, Lockdown, and Servbot. Blue Jay, Lockdown, and Servbot. Those are only 3 people that gave me handshakes. I think Sanford did too, but those are the only people I remember. Everybody else was quiet. Everybody else was just basically in shock. Wow. They didn't expect me to win. Actually, I was the last person. I was the last person they wanted to win, because just the nature of me, But there was a rumor because me and Servbot, we're shaky right now. I mean, like, I don't have anything against him. I don't have any beef with him. Apparently, he has some beef with me for whatever reason it is. But I don't have any beef with Servbot. At Evo, we squashed it. He talked to me, I talked to him.
Yeah.
I don't troll him anymore, but he used to troll me. Anyways, he was mad at me for whatever reason, and he posted something. And this kind of I want to clear the air with this, because he did post something on the Facebook group. He said, Roundhouse is sorry. Roundhouse tricked y'all thinking he's good. Roundhouse asked me to lose to him at bots 3. Roundhouse asked me to lose to him at bots 3, and I have the receipts.
Well, the only receipts would be an exchange of messages.
He never posted those messages, but I want to clear this up. because it was evident with what was going on. So I told Serba, like, bro, these motherfuckers out here, you know, tanking to get a certain result to, you know, have a chance to play, because otherwise they wouldn't have no chance. So I was like, man, this is ridiculous, because they're straight tanking. They're tanking. Maybe you should tank. You know, give them a taste of their own medicine. You know, whatever happened, we played it out and he won. So if I were to ask him to lose to me, I didn't ask him to lose to me. And at the same time, either way, he won. So it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I'm not sure what message is he trying to send.
A little bit of miscommunication, or he misinterpreted what you were referring to.
So either way, I lost to Servbot, but I beat everybody else. I handled everybody else. I end up winning, regardless. But then he wants to throw shade at me, saying that, I asked him to lose to him. But did he? No, he didn't. And the miscommunication was there, because I was saying, yo, look at what's happening, you know? And
it's unfortunate, man, that you couldn't just take your win and it just be definitive, that there's forced controversy, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I guess things are a little smoother now. I think that you and him would make a good matchup in a first of 10.
Yeah, I mean,
the problem with Servbot is that he's done a lot of things to kind of alienate himself from everyone, and then the stories spin to where we're the ones that are kind of shunning him out. I think this year at Evo, he conducted himself a little bit better. He was more approachable, and he was cool with everybody. There was no drama or anything like that. Even with Mike Khaos in the room at the
Salty Suite,
with Eddie Dangerous, everything was cool, copacetic. So I was glad to see that, because I think that we're already at a point where we don't really need to be dealing with that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
we're all adults. We got things going on, and I think we all know how to conduct ourselves a little bit better.
Yeah, I have no problems with them. I have no beef with them.
Yeah.
I don't have beef with anybody, actually. I mean, I have my feelings about Ruben, but I have no beef against Ruben. I have my feelings about some people. I have no beef with some people, but apparently some people have beef with me. But like you said, it's kind of like, I mean, we're a lot older than this now, and you know, our time with the game is kind of like, the window might be closing soon.
Right.
So it's like, I don't think we have time for all of this this drama.
If there's one thing, after Bots 3, okay, you come home, the results are already done, everything's kind of settling in. If you took an L, you got to hold it. You got to accept what the situation is. It's time to reinvent the Roundhouse brand, because now there's really no speculation as to where you stand with the rankings, especially when it's against the East Coast. You already know that you kind of beat everybody. You beat Josh Wigfall. You beat everybody in individual sets. Now it's time to push the Roundhouse brand. And it goes back to talking about what you were doing on Facebook Live. You were putting out videos. You were starting to introduce your catchphrases and all that. Everybody's starting to jump on the Roundhouse train. Now everybody who kind of doubted you before is like, hey, this guy, we kind of might be onto something here, right? How did you feel as a player who's settling into this new role where the pandemic is starting, COVID's hit, and everyone's afraid to go outside, nobody wants to host, nobody wants to go to sessions? You're the one who's jumping online and putting your time and effort into putting out these streams. How does that make you feel as a content creator?
I feel I'm not sure how to feel about it, because right now, like, my stream is all Marvel's Capcom 2. I only stream Marvel's Capcom 2, and some people want to say that I'm like the person who started it all, but I'm not the person who started it all, because Blue Jay started it before me. There's one guy named Christian. He started his like username is Christianity or some Chris somebody, but he started his own Marvel's Capcom 2 stream. Blue Jay had a stream. Go for Broke had a stream. Dave Magician had a stream. Thrilla had a stream. So there were people streaming before me, but I think when the pandemic hit, like I actually was the only one that was consistent and the only one that kept going and only one that had like, I don't know, sometimes people like drama. Some people like, like when you see a car accident, you don't want to look at it, but you can't help but look at it. I think it's one of those streams where it's like every time I stream, there was always something happening. Oh, did you catch that on Roundhouse stream? Or something happened on Roundhouse stream. Check the chat. This person said this person and something popped off and the money match started. Like that's how Mike Khaos and Andy started. The Mike Khaos and Andy money match, it happened on the stream chat. When I was playing Andy and then, Mike was like, Andy, sorry, I could beat his ass. All you gotta do is shoot him and this and that. He came down, played the money match and, stuff like that.
Well, to be more specific, the thing that you brought to the table that was before anybody else was that selling point that you just said, was that when you tune into the Roundhouse stream, something is happening. You're being very animated. You're popping off your pop culture references. The chat's popping off, or maybe a combination of all three. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone is invested, and that's what you want as a content creator.
Yeah.
Everybody that you mentioned before, like Blue Jay, put out really great content. Dave the Magician, but it was just the meat and potatoes, which was just the gameplay itself, and maybe a camera angle, but there was no commentary. There was no involvement of the chat. It was just kind of like, hey, here it is, enjoy it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would watch it. I mean, like me, for myself, I would use it as background noise. Even though it is great content, I wasn't as invested in it where I'm glued to the screen like, okay, what's going to happen next? And that's what you did. That's what you brought to the table, is something that captivated the community. And moving forward, everybody who came after you has started to kind of emulate that or try to emulate it.
Yeah.
Like Ruben, who puts out his own version of the stream, right? But he's on commentary and he's very vocal and he's on it. And it's for me, I would feel proud knowing that you influenced a lot of people to kind of give their own slice on things. Lockdown started to put his channel in there as well.
Yeah, Pasadena too. Yeah,
and they provide their commentary, their camera angles. They're invested in the chat, and that's what you want to see. It's a formula that works.
Yeah.
For me, I haven't gone the Twitch route yet, but the podcast I think is a good way to kind of get that content out there also.
Yeah.
In a different setting where I'm not coming into your home like at 8:00 at night, like when you're streaming.
Yeah.
I'm more for the drive to work or the drive from work.
Yeah.
A different part of the day where you can enjoy Marvel 2 content without actually having to look at the screen or whatever. I don't know. My point is, you were the pillar for the people that came after you. Like Blue Jay set the pavement, right? For providing the content, and you kind of took it and shifted it into a different direction.
Yeah.
And that's what people love about it. Like you said, you either love it, you hate it, but you're going to watch either way.
Yeah. Or you're in the sideline laughing because I provide a lot of comedy. I roast people.
Oh my God, dude.
Jokes, the stuff I be doing. Sometimes if a new chatter comes in and they say something dumb, I'm letting them know. But I'm always engaging with my chat. So if you chat or you have a certain question or you're asking about something, I always interact with every viewer, not just the people that are always there. But yeah, I actually had an idea with Neo about like a roast, because my stream we get to roasting, and it's all good and fun, but they want to do a roast on me. So we might do a Roundhouse roast where we have like 5 or 6 roasters roasting me, and then I get my chance to roast them back. So I think that might be fun. But yeah,
keep us posted. Yeah. Keep us posted on that, man. That's gonna be really entertaining. So Bot3's done. Okay, you started the Twitch channel. Everything's kind of rolling. The ball's rolling. The viewers are coming in and all that. The Justin Wong money match was the next thing, and I remember you and Chris Matrix kind of had an exchange on your stream, because there was clarification that was needed on what you meant by playing against. I guess some words were misconstrued or something like that.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter was, you thought that you liked yourself over Justin Wong. That's what you felt. You finally got the match underway. What was it like playing Justin Wong?
It was, I don't know. It was something else, a different experience for me. I don't think I was prepared for it because some people were saying like, "Damn, I'm preparing for Justin Wong by playing on PSN," and I was just fucking around and just talking shit. And then I didn't expect to get like, fucking 6,000 live viewers.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to get all the OGs come out of the fucking woodwork talking shit. And my phone is blowing up. Hey, this person's talking shit in the side chat. This person's talking shit in the chat. So I'm like, I don't know what to think. A lot of emotions are going on. And like, I pop off in the first game. And then I drop the second game. It should have been 2-0 me, Like, this shit should have been 2-0 me. Yeah. And if 2-0 me, things would have changed. But I ended up dropping that game, and it was 1-1, and then he went on a little streak, and then it is what it is. But I wasn't prepared for Justin for sure.
Justin played a really good game, that set. Yeah. And he's no pushover, as even after all these years where he doesn't really play the game, he's focused on other things. He can always come back to Marvel 2 and just be a total monster. Everyone was having a field day because of that, because they knew that if you would have beaten Justin, it would have turned the community upside down. It would have shaken everything up, and people weren't ready to see that. And that's just how it goes. When I first played Justin, nobody wanted me to win either. They thought.
Actually, a lot of people wanted you to win. Actually, you know what? Rewind this real quick, because I remember the last podcast you had, and you talked about your Justin match. You said a lot of your friends betted against you, and it made you feel a type of way. And I remember, I'm not sure if you caught some feelings on it, but I remember I brought it up one time and I said, I betted against you and I made money. And then I think like during that time we weren't on the same page and we were kind of like beefing a little bit. But I'm not sure if you remember that, but I betted against you. I won money betting on Justin. But the real story of that is I wanted to bet on you. I wanted to bet on you, but no one would take my bet. Because, we had a Team Khaos on this side with Daryl and his T-shirts and his gang, and had, Justin on that side with Dominic with his stupid optic blast sign and dumbass glasses. So I was sitting on Khaos side. It was me, Regency, Rob, and Telly. We was on Team Khaos side, and I wanted to bet on you. And then Telly was like, he wanted to bet on you too. And then he was like, Roundhouse, bet me $50 just for fun. I was like, man, I don't want to bet against you. And he was begging me to bet. So I was like, all right, fuck it, run it, $50. I got Jay Wong, you got Khaos. So that bet was against Telly because he strong-armed me.
Well, that's different. Some action. That's different though.
But you didn't know that backstory.
I didn't know that. No, but that's different. That's like, that's just between you guys, like a friendly wager. There were a lot of people that just didn't, without any money being involved, that they didn't want to see me win. And I think that it was the same case with you. Like a lot of the OG heads were like, this is not going to happen. But that's okay though, because you ended up getting really good experience. I think that was your biggest marquee match, obviously to date. Even if you were to play somebody like Sanford, I think it wouldn't hold up as much weight. I would think at the be all end all would be Justin, right? That's the name. I hope that you get another crack at him, because playing against that guy is, dude, there's nothing like it.
Yeah,
that guy has a
different. It's different.
It's very different. Even playing Duck, as solid as Duck is, as much of an asshole his gameplay is, he's ruthless. Justin is a different vibe, and I love playing against that guy. I think I've only played like 3 first 10s against him, and each one has been more enjoyable than the last.
Shout outs to Duck too, because Duck taught me a lot of stuff during the pandemic, during my gameplay. He really leveled me up with decisions, and like Duck, believe it or not, was the first person to teach me the Suki guard cancel, and I didn't learn this shit.
I remember that.
I didn't learn this shit until like fucking,
dude, like
recently,
like a few years ago, dude. Your gameplay now compared to when the pandemic started, or we'll say 2019, is night and day, because you know how to do so many different things now, even with your Sentinel Iron Man combo where you do the rocket punch into a repulsor blast and then you dash back and then you do rocket punch again.
Yeah.
You weren't doing that a couple years back. Like there's a lot of stuff that you know how to do, and it's helping you get those wins even faster now. You know what I mean? And when you see those types of results, the game is more enjoyable, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Duck has a plethora of knowledge to share.
Yep.
And that's the kind of guy that you want in your corner. What was it like when the Justin Wong match was over and the dust had settled?
I'm not sure. I just realized that, damn, I just got fucked up. But I thought I had a chance. But, you know, it is what it is. I lost. I was kind of like, you know, from up here to down there, and kind of like, damn, where do I stand now? But I know
the feeling, dude.
I just kept grinding, just kept playing, and people have been asking me about it. You know, even in the videos, like I posted up the Justin Wong. Like if you haven't seen it, watch Justin Wong versus Roundhouse on my YouTube channel. That shit got like 20K views.
Yep.
But yeah, if you watch that and you look at the stream chat and you look at the comments, bro, it's all negative. It's all negative against me. And it's like me reading, like till this day, I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I hadn't rewatched that video.
You're just like me, man. The 2014 video with me versus Wong, I've never watched it. I've only taken little snippets.
Yeah,
like
little snippets, and then I get to a point where like, man, I can't watch this shit. And then especially with all the comments rolling in, like I can't watch this shit.
Yeah, it's very
the worst part
detrimental.
The worst part is the notification, because you know, like I have a YouTube channel, right? So sometimes you get a notification. This motherfucker commented on your Roundhouse versus J Wong video. I just glance at it. It's like a negative comment. I'm like, fucked up my day. Like I'm at work minding my own business, and motherfucker want to post a negative J Wong versus Roundhouse comment. Fucking 6 months later down the line,
and it's like somebody from the Philippines or like somebody from Mexico.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable. Either way, man, I think that you took that loss in stride, and you were back streaming like in a matter of no time. I do remember you popping off and calling out Mega Man DS and I think Fnatic. Right
both
afterwards.
of them. I think Fnatic wanted me and was talking all this shit about me, especially after I won bots. But then I guess he realized that I was too good for him, because then he started asking for games and this and that, and started asking for odds or whatever.
No way,
but I'm like, bro, if you're talking that shit, play me straight up, and I'm more than willing to pay you straight up for any amount. It doesn't have to be super high, but put your money where your mouth is. And especially Mega Man DS. Dude, I heard Mega Man DS was talking mad shit. I actually saw Mega Man DS at Evo. You know, he saw me, I saw him. There's no beef or anything. You know, he saw me. If he had a problem with me, or if he wanted to play me, or he thought I sucked, I'm right there. I got my sticks. Press start. Let's go.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, because he not seeing me. No one's seeing me. And that's the thing. And that's the mindset you have to have, because some people would like they think I'm cocky or arrogant or some stupid shit. But I'm like, bro, you have to have that mindset. Like, if you don't have that mindset, if you go into a match thinking that you're going to get mollywopped and washed, you already lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already lost. You have to go to the mindset with, I'm going to fuck this dude up in a record time. I'm going to do fancy combos. I'm going to look at him and talk some shit, you know?
That's what makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
So now we fast forward to the present day. Okay, you're still streaming. You're still providing the content on a near daily basis, which is fucking commendable, bro, because that's a lot of energy. Yeah, especially after a 10-hour workday, for you to sit down and you're running sets against like Andy Doom and John Ryder and all these keep away teams. You know what I mean? It's exhausting just thinking about it. But you managed to do it. Everyone tunes in. The numbers speak for themselves. The community has some questions for you.
All right.
Which is my favorite part of the show, because it's different input from different parts of the world. Franco Tortora from my YouTube channel, he asks, Roundhouse, do you regret doing that pop-off when you faced Justin Wong for the money match?
Nah.
Okay, now what he's referring to, for those of you listening, after match 1, Roundhouse won the very first match against Justin Wong, and he popped off, meaning he said, what did you say?
I said, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. And I got up, I started pumping my chest. Yeah, I do that a lot. I like to set the tone. I have no regrets for that. I have no regrets for Justin Wong popping off in Justin Wong. I have no regrets popping off in everybody. I have no regrets popping off against Amir. I have no regrets popping off against anybody I played. I have no regrets, doing my Ric Flair woos and my fist pumps and my celebrations and all the antics I be doing. I have no regrets. I remember sidetrack. I remember when Nia was going on a tear. Nia was just fucking everybody up in his first to 15s, and he has his undefeated streak and blah blah blah. And Nia was the fucking talk of the town, right? And I was the fucking not really anybody yet, But every time we played in tournament, I've always beaten Nia. Always beating him.
Really?
Yeah. So tournaments, I've beaten him, and then we had that tournament at Super Arcade when it was at Walnut for the remix, the EMP remix fundraiser tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, so I beat him there. Dude, that video is on YouTube. I don't know who posted it up. I think somebody from Super Arcade posted it up, but he was pissed. Neil was pissed because I popped off on him and I was doing my little celebration. And then when I was doing my celebration, he was trying to shake my hand, but he couldn't even shake my hand because I was still doing my celebration and closing my eyes. So then he got pissed and he was like, man, I'm going to money match you for your entire wallet. Any amount you have in your wallet right now, I'll money match you and blah, blah, blah. So he was feeling some type of way. But
well,
yeah.
You can't take it personal. I mean, heat of the moment type of stuff, it's like you just have to hold that, especially if you lose.
But yeah, I have no regrets on any pop-off. I love the pop-offs. That's why you play the game.
And we love them too. All right, so No Channel, LOL from YouTube, he asks, if you can choose one game to be good at other than Marvel, what game would that be?
One game other than Marvel?
Yeah.
I'm good at every game, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm good at Third Strike. I'm good at all these other games, but I just choose to play Marvel only. If I wanted to be good at any other game, I probably will be good at it. I'm probably gonna play Street Fighter 6 when it comes out. So watch out for me in Street Fighter 6.
Oh yeah.
But actually no. The next one I want to be good at, and I'm probably gonna be good at, is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Arcade 1-Up online, bro. Once that comes out, I'm gonna be fucking everybody up on the new online platform.
So just so you guys know, the new Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Arcade 1-Up cabinet just went on sale a couple days ago. Sold out, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, sold out.
So this cabinet is going to have the arcade version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with online capability. By default, it's going to be on Wi-Fi, but you are going to have the chance to put an Ethernet hardline through it, so that way you have the best optimal internet connection. It's going to have its own server, so its own online lobbies. Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, they're going to have their own tournaments on there as well.
Own tournaments, own online leaderboards, and
so it's like an online resurgence for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I didn't get one, but I'll see what it's like once it starts hitting homes, and we'll see how that goes, man. I'm excited for that. The Root Society. He's got a couple questions that we're going to go through. How do you feel about the current state of the Marvel 2 community? Do we need any improvements?
We need people to get better, because we got a lot of sorry dudes out there, and we got a lot of dudes who talk a lot, but the people who are the sorriest talk the most, is what I've been observing. And the current state of the Marvel Capcom 2 community, they need to stop, talking about this filler arc and this stuff doesn't count and blah blah blah, because it's all bullshit talk. Because these same people will be the first person to rank somebody off an online set, off a stream set, off the flavor of the week shit, bro, I don't say all this shit don't count, and then you want to discount me or other people by the most recent casual online set. Fuck all that. Get out of here.
Yeah, I agree completely. How do you feel? How would you compare the New York? It should be East Coast, but how do you compare the East Coast Marvel scene versus the West Coast Marvel scene? Is New York missing something?
I'm not sure. I think just New York are missing the players. I don't think they have enough players. I think New York have a handful of players. You count them on one hand, maybe two hands. It seems like they don't have enough players. We have a shit ton of players. We have a shit ton of players from SoCal, to NorCal to Central California, and even in SoCal, there's different counties. Like we have the LA County, then we have the OC dudes,
San Bernardino,
and then we have the San Bernardino dudes, then we got the one sorry dude from San Diego. So there's a lot of different regions too.
Okay, next question. Has streaming helped you become a stronger player? Do you review any of your replays?
Yeah, streaming has definitely helped me become a stronger player, because a lot of people have been telling me new tech I haven't seen before. Because sometimes I do stuff and I'm like, oh, that doesn't work. Or sometimes I do stuff like, oh, you shouldn't have do that. And sometimes I'm fighting against a commando and I'm wasting my air hyper viper beams on commando when I shouldn't have. And then, stuff like that. And different type of decision makings people comment on, and I actually do take it. It doesn't matter if you're a good player, if you're duck doe, or if you're fucking somebody that I don't even heard of, or a troll ass dude. Even if you're a troll ass dude that give me a hard time, if you give me a good advice, I'll take it. And I see it a lot, because a lot of dudes troll me online, but they also provide good feedback.
Hey, but it's noticeable. Like I said, your cable has shown a lot of improvement. You're making a lot of better decisions, and it's, dude, you can see it. It's not like you're still in the same strut. You're learning things even up to today. Like I said, baby steps.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get those reflex. Right? Don't worry about it. Can you? Oh well, we already went over that. This guy said, "Ask Roundhouse about his Nike sneakers collection." We know that you're a shoe head.
Yeah.
How did you come about getting into that?
Since I was young, since I was a kid, since I was a fifth grader, since 1995. 1995 was when all the shoes came out, like the Jordan Concord, like the Jordan 11s came out, the Penny Hardaways came out, Deion Sanders was fucking prime time.
Deion Sanders,
you got fucking Frank Thomas, Barry Sanders, all these marquee athletes, and everybody had their fucking signature shoe, and if you came to school with one of those shoes, you was like king of the streets, but I couldn't afford that shit. I grew up broke, and then was wearing Payless joints, or some Big Five joints, if I even got Nikes.
Nice.
But ever since I was able to get money, I had to revisit all the stuff that I missed out on. So big shoe head, big NBA fan. I like how he asked about Nike sneakers, because it checks over stripes, because I only mess with Nikes. I mess with Nikes. I don't just mess with hype beast Nikes. I mess with Kobe's, because I love Kobe. I love all of his shoes. I have all of his shoes. I still have a bunch of his shoes, even the undefeated Kobe 4s.
Nice.
The Kobe 5s that came out, the undefeated ones, the Hall of Fame ones.
So you're telling me that you've never messed with Adidas at all?
No, never.
You've never tried on a pair of Ultra Boosts or Yeezys?
No Yeezys, no Ultra Boosts, no 350s, whatever. No, none of that. Wave Runners, none of that. No Reeboks.
Dude, I think this...
no Iversons, no Shaqs, no none.
This
only
episode
Nikes.
is about to come to a screeching halt, because we're going to have to start a new episode talking about why Adidas is way better than Nike. When you get a chance, bro, try on some Ultra Boost, man. And I'm not talking about the 2022s or the 21s. I'm talking about the 1.0s to the 5.0s, because I cannot wear anything else except for Ultra Boost or Yeezy. A lot of people have their opinions about Yeezy because it's Kanye, but it's the most comfortable shoe. But
sometimes the most comfortable shoe isn't the most fly shoe. So
that is true too. Yeah.
So if you want to be, rocking the latest flyest shit, they might not the one prime example was the Air Penny ones. The Air Penny ones, the new ones just came out. The home all white with the blue check mark. Shout outs to Mad Booface for sharing that link with me.
Oh man, Mad Booface has a sick shoe collection, dude. Shout outs to that guy.
Ask Mad Booface about my shoe collection. He knows about my shoe collection and my Kobe collection, but those Air Penny ones, they fucking kill your pinky toe. Kill them.
Wow.
But people wear them all the time because they're fly as hell. And Penny Hardaway, I mean, if you were able to watch during his era, he was
Yeah, he was a beast.
Yeah, he was a beast.
He was a beast. So if you guys ever attend a tournament or if you visit a session where Roundhouse is at, you'll see that he's wearing some fly shit. He'll have some kick-ass sneakers. This person chose to remain anonymous. He said, "You mentioned several times that you didn't really feel the community. More so, the East Coast didn't respect your game because it was assumed that you were only successful online. How important was it for you to win Bots 3? And did you feel that the win gave you the respect that you deserved?"
I still think the East Coast don't respect me.
Oh shit.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not feeling it because they always shit on me. That's why I always shit on them, because, I don't know. And then basically, when I won, I didn't feel like I won. Like, I feel like I did what I need to do and let me just bounce out.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. When I won, it was like fucking 4 or 5 in the morning, and I wasn't celebrating. I was like, all right, I won. Let me call my Uber and go back to my hotel. So I don't know. I didn't think that win gave me the respect I deserved. People will still think that I'm not a top player.
Wow.
They're like, they want to troll and say, oh, you're not a top player, or you're not a top player. But I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is. Well, every tournament I've played, I've always placed. Every tournament I've played, I've always been like top 8.
Yeah.
And it's been consistent. All my money matches are a high percentile. I've won Bots 3. I won a bunch of online tournaments. I won these tournaments. I went to, the NorCal and won their tournament, and, did all these things. But then they want to focus on, oh, but you lost to Texas Showdown. Okay, I lost in Texas Showdown on some lucky shit. But that's going to define me as a player? Like, what? It is what it is. It happens,
Speaking from experience, yeah, you lose one tournament and it's like all the work that you put in is out the window. But we know what's up. The results speak for themselves, and you can't argue that.
Yeah, and me losing to Andy Doom online, and people want to say that fucking he sucks now because he's losing to Andy Doom. Like, come on, bro. You know the whole situation. You know what I'm going through. I'm going through like different button variations, different switch variations, different PCBs, trying out different shit because I feel like I'm dropping too much shit. And when you play at a high level, if you can't do lightning attack super, or if you can't connect more than 2 air hyper viper beams, the chances of you winning is very slim. If you have 3 supers and you can only connect 2 air hyper viper beams and get 1 grounder, you're not going to win that match.
Yeah, and it goes back to what we were talking about, how your equipment needs to be on point. And I had to learn the hard way when I went out to New York and I played on those fucking shitty ass
gold Sanwa
buttons. Well, I digress. This is the section of the show that we call the run back. Okay. Is there any set that you wish to correct? Any loss that you would like to rectify? To this day, at the level that you are now, with everything that you know, your skill is where it's at. It's in tip-top shape. Who would you like to face with the skill that you possess now?
I would like to face anybody. Anybody that wants the smoke can get it. The run back, I don't need any run backs. It is what it is. What happened. If they want to run it back, we can. But I don't hold any grudges where I want to run it back with this guy because it's eating at me. Like, whatever happened in the past, if someone beat me, it's all good. I could hold it. I'm not somebody that would, badger somebody for a run back, but I'll need it anyway. I'm looking towards the future. I'm looking towards whoever wants to play me next.
Fair enough. So you guys heard it here first. Whoever wants the smoke, the Fumar, right?
The Fumar,
can come get it. Do you have any future plans with that being said? Is there anybody that you have on your radar at the moment that you want to play, that you want to run a set with?
I don't have anybody on my radar. At the moment, no. Actually.
Because what do we have to look forward to right now? Because Evo's already done. What's next?
The Philippines trip.
The Philippines trip?
I think the Philippines trip is going to be popping. That's if it holds through, because it is next year. And if everybody goes, and if everything works out, because something might happen,
Can you kind of tell the people listening, can you tell them what this trip is and how it came about?
This trip came about because Amir came down and really fucked everybody up in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And then there was some drama, some controversy about why the Neo match didn't take place and why, the stipulations and what locations we played at and all this other Plan B stuff. So he was like, you know what? why don't everybody come down here? I'll pay for everyone. And George was going to pay for all, the food and the Airbnb and stuff. So it's going to be like a all expense paid trip for top players to go there to duke it out. No excuses in their hometown because they came to us to play here. Like Amir came here, put his money up.
Hostile waters,
and same with George. But, going to the Philippines, we're going to be behind enemy lines. And you know how those Filipino dudes, they love to troll.
This is going to be some blood sport shit.
It's going to be some blood sport shit for real. Like, I might be playing, someone might throw dust in my eye. I might be blinded for like 2 minutes, but I'm still going to get that W.
Oh, my God, dude. Dude, that's going to be something to definitely look forward to. I know that you guys are going to kick some ass out there. It's going to be a good time. As I don't think there's anything else going on this year, tournament-wise.
I think there's Defend the North, but I'm not fucking with that.
No, nobody's really said anything about Marvel 2 or anything like that. Everybody's just kind of like relaxing after Evo, so we can kind of just chill for now. The local sessions have been popping. You've been hosting
Bots 4. I think I talked to Fuji. I think they're gonna talk about Bots 4 soon.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. We can definitely look forward to that. You've been hosting sessions. Thrilla's been hosting. Joey Ball's been hosting. I think it's been great. Everyone is more cohesive now as a community. I don't think there's a lot of animosity there. It's a really good time for Marvel, I think. Yeah. Where before we were kind of at each other's throats and shit like that, and all of that's just in the past. So it's really good. We're getting to the end of the show. I did want to give a shout outs to, first of all, to Roundhouse for being on the stream and sharing his story and all the content that you put out, brother. It's much appreciated. Once again, guys, I'm going to put the links in the description. Make sure that you fucking hit that button, hit that link, subscribe. It's free. Show this boy your support, okay? Because he's doing it for the culture, and then we want to make sure that we also plug the YouTube channel because he's going to get back into it because we got to get those subscribers up to speed. I did want to also give a shout out to Emma Magneto. He's a content creator that's been putting out a lot of work lately. His editing is top notch, and he's doing a lot of the content that I've been putting out, but translating it into Spanish for the Latin American community too.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So a lot of these guys are getting the tutorials that are more tailor-made for them. So that's good. It's much appreciated. And I think any content is good content. So shout outs to that guy. Shout outs to all the Latin American community. Keep it going. Keep putting out the matches. Shout outs to Lockdown. Shout outs to Thrilla for the for all the help with the stream and the content creating.
Yeah, shout out to Thrilla. The show started off in a certain way, but Thrilla's my boy. And I want to talk about Thrilla and how he's played a role with me because some people know, but me and Thrilla grew up together. Not grew up together, but we grew up from the same poor neighborhood. We played at the same liquor stores. We played at the same donut shops. We played at the same fucking places, laundromats and shit. So I've known Thrilla for a long time. He's done a lot for the community. He's been streaming a lot of stuff, and he's been hosting sessions, so it's been great. So shout outs to him.
Yeah, definitely. It's much appreciated. If you have anything else to add, brother?
No, I do want to get my origin story, though, because I have a lot of hot fire in my origin story. We didn't get to the origin story because we had a lot of stuff to go over.
Dude, we're going to have to get a part 2 with you, man. Maybe even a part 3.
It might need to be a 10-part series, bro. Real talk.
Oh, my God. The Roundhouse Chronicles. Pack your bags because you're going for a ride.
Yeah, but I do want to get my origin story because I do have a lot to tell. There's a lot of people that played a part in my Marvel little gameplay career, and I want to give them their credit, like Dorian Absolutely. And Regency and the Regency guys and SHGL and all that stuff. Then they went to Camelot, then they went to FFA. So there's a lot of things that went on and a lot of stuff that happened in between that kind of made
Absolutely, brother. We're going to have to bring you back for that. Guys, do me a favor. Share this episode. Like and subscribe. Send it out to everybody. I hope you guys enjoy it. And we will catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks.